Parenting becomes harder if you haven't got anything because of the guilt. Because as a parent, you presume you'll be able to provide for your children, and then your circumstances change, or your benefits are cut, or maybe you lose your job, or a pandemic drops in your lap. And suddenly, you can't do what you thought of as your basic job, which is provide. And Hartlepool is in the second poorest region in the whole of the UK. 43% of children in this area will grow up under the poverty line.
This is a reality for so many families across the country, and the cost of living crisis has only made things worse. Places like Hartlepool have been struggling for years. However, in the wake of the pandemic and surging inflation, an increasing number of people are facing hardship for the very first time. Hartlepool Baby Bank was created by mums to support parents who are struggling to provide the bare essentials for their children.
In February 2019, I started the Baby Bank with two friends. We were at a breastfeeding group, we were swapping items between us, and we suddenly realised there was a need. It is basically like a food bank in the sense that we provide practical equipment, nappies, wipes, a safe place to sleep, could be appropriate clothing for the weather, could even just be a pair of shoes. But what we wanted to do was go further than that, so we provide emotional and practical support on feeding, weaning, breastfeeding. We really wanted it to be a community centre run by parents, because it's the hardest job you'll ever do. Anyone who's ever had children will tell you it's hands down the hardest job you'll ever have. And we really wanted to create a community.
I first met the ladies from the Baby Bank when they came to my door with some much needed supplies after an emergency move. It doesn't matter what your background is, what you're going through, if they can help, they will. I wouldn't have been able to supply those things because I wouldn't have had the money to go out and buy them, or the prices of some of these items brand new are just beyond people's ability to pay for if they're on something like the job seekers allowance or universal credit. It's just beyond them. And even now I know that if I even if it's just a chat or if I wanted some advice or something, I could just pick up the phone and phone one of them and ask them, and I know that I can rely on the answers that they give me.
What we wanted to do was say to these parents, there's no judgment, we get it's hard. I've had to think, can I buy that this week? Can I buy that? Because it's not just a case of getting the benefits, it's stretching those benefits, it's prioritising the food. If you've come here and you've had nappies, you didn't have to buy them, so you could buy maybe an extra carton of milk.
They don't judge you. If I message saying, look, I'm really struggling just this month, is there any chance you've got like a pack of nappies? And it's just been so lovely and helpful. The girls are so lovely and caring, and it's just meant a lot to me knowing that I do have help out there. I received a cot bed, pushchair, high chair, clothes, nappies, wipes, even like a mum pack with like mammy stuff in, just like to treat myself. And I just feel so overwhelmed because there is generosity out there. It's just so hard to find it with certain things.
The cost of living is already making our lives harder here. We never used to run out of things, and we've had to put out appeals to the community because numbers have gone through the roof. Winter's going to be even harder because if people are just about affording gas and electricity now, they're not going to manage in December.
I've had to go, I'm still wearing jeans from 10 years ago. My children come first in my household. As long as I've got a roof over my head, my bills paid, my kids have got clothing, everything like that, I can wait. I would rather have my children in my household first, because I think that's more of a priority.
We support pretty much everybody, from your teenage mums, your single mums, people fleeing domestic violence, people who grew up around here, may even have a job and just can't afford everything, people who maybe don't have a job for whatever reason. We don't care whether you were born in this country, whether you're new to this country. We look at it as you are part of our parenting community. We welcome everybody, and that's a big part of what we do. In Hartlepool, we like to think we look after our own, and we want to make sure that happens for these little people.
Lo peor del Salvador son los asesinatos y las extorsiones, porque si uno no coopera, llegan al punto de matar a su familia o matarte a ti. Ese es el mayor detalle del por qué decidimos
dejar el país. Y cuando nosotros nos enteramos que necesitaban voluntarios en Hartlepool, en el Baby Bank, nosotros accedimos a venir a ayudarlas a ellas y nos sentimos Felices porque podemos ayudar.
I'm Algerian. I came from Algeria to the UK because I was looking for my safety. I was in danger in my country.
My two brothers, they are very Muslim and Tigris. And I became Christian in 2014 exactly, and the violence start from there because they didn't accept what I want to do in my life. With Simon, everything it was easy. The luckiest baby, he was so lucky because when he born, he have everything from the baby bank. I had support, so even that it's give me something positive. Like I'm feeling I have someone to thinking about me. Like I have someone, he asked me for help, even my hard situation. Yeah.
I'm from Russia. I was activist. It was dangerous for my life and my family and my husband. When we arrived here, I didn't understand how I can buy a lot of things for my baby, for me, because I have only finance support from home office. It was £70 per week. I touched with Emily, but Emily very quickly answered and arrived many things, many stuff for baby and for me.
We are not allowed to work in our situation, so so when we buy nappies, the money comes from the nappies. So sometimes we don't have food for 2 days, for 1 day, because the money is not enough.
The government unfortunately has a tendency to move these people very, very late in pregnancy. We get a spate of 34 to 36 week pregnant women arriving in Hartlepool with the suitcases that they could carry. And we are very lucky, we pride ourselves on being able to provide a 4-hour service so that in true emergency you'll get what you need in 4 hours or less.